Hello, hello. It's Comrade Kit, obviously. I'm coming at you today with a much different video than I would normally produce on this channel. I'm coming with you with a love letter, and obviously, as you can see, that is to Final Fantasy 16. I've placed a tremendous amount of time and invested a large amount of my energy into this game. The fandom, the fan art, the screenshots, everything basically, even to the point of speedrunning the game on several occasions. Sorry, I'm quite congested today. So basically, this video today is a love letter to Final Fantasy 16. I want to make a video that is a love letter and also a gateway to this game. I believe Final Fantasy fans, new and old, or action role-playing game fans, should find this game, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be a month's time or 10 years time. I want people to be able to find this game. It's not impossible to find. You check the internet on Final Fantasy 16, you'll find something on there. You'll find a quadrillion amount of videos based on this game. But I want this video to be a great love letter and like I said, a gateway to this game. So let's begin. I'm going to talk about this game in the background of the original demo what was released. So I don't want to spoil the game too much, but I'll do a quick summary and we'll discuss why I love this game and why it's one of the most important Final Fantasy games in the history of the franchise. Let's just skip over some of this jazz. So, a quick summary of Final Fantasy 16 itself. Final Fantasy 16 is obviously an action role-playing game based in a fantasy universe. It's set in a twin continents of Phalatis, currently divided by 6 nations. And all these 6 nations hold power to the magical crystals and the dominance that are spread across Phalastia. As each 4 nation has a host of icons. Icons are like summons that are gifted to particular individuals in the 4 nations. The 4 nations are currently in conflict in a battle against a mysterious entity known as the Blight that is consuming the land and the world as they know. And our main hero is Clive Rosfield. Clive Rosfield being one of the icons of fire, which there is 2. As you can see, this is the beginning of the demo. It's by far one of the most iconic cinematic openings in video game history, in my opinion. When I first played this demo, I was awestruck. I may have played this demo 67 times within a couple of days. One of the core reasons was the action, the development, and obviously, as you can hear in the background slightly, the music is phenomenal in this game. It gives me goosebumps every time I revisit this game. Every single time, every single area has its own individual piece of music. The area music is stunning. It fits all the nations. And the artwork is just phenomenal. A masterpiece in cinematography and videography within video games. I feel like a lot of games could take a lot from Final Fantasy 16 itself. The beauty is unbelievable. Just look at this phenomena. Just listen to that orchestral music in the background. How could you not become infested off this demo alone? How could you not become infested in finding out the story of this game based off this one scene? Beautiful. And here we have our main hero, that is Clive Rosfield. As you discover throughout the game, Clive is not a particularly complex character, but he is burdened with guilt. a guilt that is destroying his life inside and out. So back when I very first discovered this game, it was the first trailer that was ever released, and the first thing I noticed about this game was the beauty behind how the characters are designed. They all like individual people. They don't look like real world people. And I think the problem with modern video games is there's too many.
You all know the target.
The design of the characters is too world-like. When I play a fantasy role-playing game, I want characters and designs that I can't relate to and I can't find in the real world. Whereas a lot of modern games, you see the character designs where you think, oh, that's possible, someone could exist like that in the world. For example, like modern GTA's, the Death Stranding game, it's all motion captured by real people, so the faces are captured, those people are in there. So when you play Death Stranding, you think, oh, that's Norman Reedus. You don't think that's Sam. You think, oh my god, that's Norman Reedus. Instead of thinking, well, that's Sam. That character is Sam. You do develop that Sam, but every time it's like, oh, I'm playing as Norman Reedus. Whereas when you play Final Fantasy XVI, or any of the Final Fantasies, you think, that is Clive, that is Cloud, that is Sephiroth. And that's the beauty behind Final Fantasy. It's never escaped from its core values of making and designing characters and enemies to be absolutely individual to the world that is designed around it. I always believe what comes with Final Fantasy first and what builds the world is the characters itself. Those characters can be placed inside any other world, but they create the world around them. I remember when I first booted this up, I was like, oh my god, look at it, it's fantastic, how's it going to work? But at the same time, I noticed a huge difference. This is not your Final Fantasy you're used to. It's been a lot of comparisons made to Devil May Cry. I don't really see it myself, but my opinion is pretty much based on I have not played much. I've probably played about 10 hours of the Devil May Cry series entirely. No more, no less. So I don't have much of a vision on the Devil May Cry series and its battle systems and stuff. But I believe this game is its own beast. It's its own beauty. It's not trying to be anyone. It's just trying to be a Final Fantasy. And it's trying to be its own Final Fantasy. So let's get into the love letter side of this video and why this game for me has become my ultimate comfort game and the game I'll go to for years to come. And why I believe it's so replayable. I have played this game for about a good 200 to 300 hours religiously since release. I've played it across 2 accounts, so altogether about 600 hours in this game. And first time around, I watched this game be played instead of playing it. And then when I watched it, I was progressively falling in love with the characters without actually physically holding and playing the game. And from that moment when I met Clive, I met Sid, I met Joshua, I was like, damn, I want to be in this game, I want to play this game, I want to be a part of this game, I want to find out what it's all about. I have no regrets since that day when I decided, okay, let's do this. Let's play this game. Let's become and see why people fell in love with Final Fantasy. And I find so much peace inside this game. I find it so comforting. I feel like a true hero when I play this game. I feel like I'm making active change within the world of this game.
His Majesty's answer.
And since that point, all I wanted to do is be in this game. I want to. As soon as I finished the game, I was like, okay, let's go again. Let's go and do Final Fantasy difficult. And then I further progressively fell in love with the game. It was just so much more. It was so much more than any other game I played before. I'm a huge fan of the Dark Souls series. I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil series, but nothing, no video game in my 25 years of playing video games since I was 5. I'm 33 now.
I wonder that you summoned us
No
at all.
games made me feel like this. No
Have you
games
so
made me
little faith in your old men?
feel love and attraction.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the
Mainly when I play
Crusaders
video
at the Battle
games,
of
I'm
the
playing
Twin
for the
Rocks.
story, I'm playing for the playability and the replayability, but
Or am I mistaken?
sometimes I'll aimlessly switch off and play the video game.
Besides,
Whereas in 16, you need your attention. It wants you
has
to
yet
be
to take the
invested. So even if you
field.
play the first playthrough of Final Fantasy 16 with
And when he does,
and
all knights
in
will
a
get
relaxed
away.
way, it'll make you come back and
Perhaps you
say,
have
but
not heard, but
in
the
the back of the
Iron
end and
Blood
say,
now have their
but
own dominant.
there's things I'm missing, there's things I want to
We would be
know, there's
fools
more
to
things I want to
underestimate
do.
them.
Because this game has
What
very
did you
extensive
say?
movie cutscenes. And so sometimes in this modern age, it's hard for us to keep our attention spans. And I think over time, you come back and forward on this day. I want to revisit certain scenes to have a better understanding of the ins and outs of the characters, their reasons for the way they are, their intentions, their motivations, and
just leaves me.
that's fantastic. If the game makes you feel that way, damn, it's done something right. It's done something perfect. Do you know what I mean? You can go through for a lackadaisical playthrough, but you can have a full story playthrough, a full cutscene playthrough next time. You can invest in particular scenes you want to rewatch. And I just don't see any other video game doing that right now. It depends. I am biased towards this game. Maybe people feel that about other games, but I've never in the whole time of video game been so invested in characters, and I understand how Final Fantasy builds that. I understand why people fell in love with 7. I understand why people are in love with 6.
Does the lion take care? when he uses the-
8 and 9. I understand
Do
like
you
people
think me one of the latter?
these Final Fantasy builds these hardcore fan bases for the particular games they play, and I'm proud to admit I am a hardcore fan of this game. I love everything about it with burning passion. I want it to be in my life for the rest of my life. I want to be 60 and still playing this game and being invested inside it. If it was my last day on Earth and someone said you had to choose a video game you want to sit and play from start to finish, this is the game. This is the game I want to be in. It makes me feel all the emotions in the world you can possibly feel. Love, hate, rage, compassion, sadness. I want that. I want that from a video game, and I think I'll forever chase that feeling in every video game I play going forward. That's why I repeatedly come back to this game. It's become my comfort game to enjoy, to revisit the lands, to revisit the boss fights, to revisit the characters, to revisit each individual story. Yeah, I want that. I want that from a video game. That is what I enjoy. I've discovered that about myself now since starting the Final Fantasy series. It's become a gateway to the Final Fantasy series for me. I want to see where the series started, how it built itself up. I've looked into all the lore of this game. I've invested in the fan art. I've invested in the online community. I want to read the stories. I want to read the fan fiction. I want to do everything. I want to know everything.
Something's not right.
And that's what this game does. And I think in the future, I think this is where we'll finish the video on this cutscene. Thank you very much.